Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a timeless reading for the collective, so whenever you come across this video, however you come across it, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. You were asking for some clarification or guidance, confirmation on something you've been working on, something that you can see coming down the pike towards you, or something that you've been dealing with recently. This is just going to be one of the messages that is coming to you for the next few days from the universe, because you're always loved, you're always supported, and the guidance and clarification is always available to you 24/7, 365. All you have to do really is just take a moment to be quiet, to stop what you're doing, your activity, your words. Just stop for a second, pay attention to your breathing. That'll disengage your conscious mind from thinking, because you're now focusing on breathing, and your unconscious and subconscious have a chance to get your attention, to give you information that they've been holding onto from those divine realms, from those divine sources, from the Akashic records, from the quantum field. However you think of this expansive and expanding energy that is constantly flowing to us and through and to everybody else. This is how we're connected. And I get a very strong sense of that with this card. And let me introduce this card. I just kind of, these are not let me start that over again. These readings are not scripted, as you can tell. They are as close to live as you're going to be able to get on this channel with the rudimentary equipment that I've got going, because I don't want to spend a lot of time and attention on equipment. I want to spend a lot of time and attention on you and on the reading and the messages that are coming through directly for you. And today's card pulled from the MEGADECK, and you can look down in the description below if you're not familiar with how the MEGADECK was put together, but it is card number 35 from the Earthcraft Oracle deck, Diaz, Anderson, and Fortuné. It is card number 35, Spiritual Journey. And the first thing I thought of when I pulled this card, we'll go through the book together. I have not actually looked at the book reading yet, so I don't know what it says. I'm going to tell you the information that's being sent to me as I'm looking at the images on this card. And I know you're going to be confirming that because it is literally in our face. First of all, we've got card number 35, which reduces down to an 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is our eternity symbol, infinity symbol. On its side, right? The double spiral that just keeps going back and forth and back and forth. It's like our lives go back and forth. We have ebb and flow. We've been having these readings just keep coming up, and I'm also very interested. It's like the same numbers in different combinations. So we've had like 35 and 32 and all sorts of interesting 23. So very strong sense of theme coming through for this channel, for the listeners of these videos. If you find any value in this content, please feel free to like or subscribe or share, comment. This channel is for you. The only reason why I'm here is because you're here. So thank you so much for joining us today. But obviously, what I'm getting with this card, first of all, colors. We have the blues and the purples, the indigos and the violets. Strong sense of the energy of third eye chakra, throat chakra, and crown chakra specifically. But as far as the image goes itself, what we can clearly see here, someone I feel like in a shamanic journey, specifically seated at the base of a tree, leaning back into the energy of the tree, leaning back into the energy of the planet, of the cosmos, of the universal energy, and just being connected to that energy. And spiraling out from her hands. I feel like it's a woman, but it's a feminine energy specifically. Hands over heart. And for anyone who identifies as masculine who is listening to these readings, we all know that we are like any coin, like anything on this reality that we are in, that we have two sides always. We have a feminine and a masculine. You cannot be all of one or all of the other, because then you would not be balanced. You would be an imbalanced being. We all have feminine and masculine, so this applies regardless of what gender you identify with specifically. So with that being said, hands over heart, why don't we take a moment right now and center ourselves. Exhale completely until you have no air left. Take a nice deep breath in. And hold at the top. Hands over chest and release. And feel how your breath goes right through your chest, right through your heart. And as you release, like you're releasing it through your heart. Now we are calm and centered on this love energy, this love emanating through us, from us, to us, with us, always with us. And from this spiral out from the heart, we have ego being dissolved. There is no face for this person. We have the sun or moon behind them coming up out of the energy of the tree. So probably sun energy, I feel, which would make sense. Sun is much more in the base chakras rather than the upper chakras. And again, we are always finding balance and harmony in our lives, because that's what brings us the most prosperity, the most peace, the most joy and love, when we are intentionally harmonizing what is being thought of in the heart and letting the ego release and being more present in this moment right now. Such beautiful energy. Very, very strong energy. We've been talking a lot about ego releasing and getting the ego out of the way, making sure that our opportunities to be even more fully connected, even more fully a part of, and not apart from, our connection to the divine realms. Let's take a look in the book and find out what the reading says for us for today, for card number 35, Spiritual Journey. Yes, okay. Yes, that was the other thing I just looked at the first sentence and it reminded me of something I was going to mention with the number 8. We know this is an eternal thing. This is not something shaman, wise people, us, as we are doing our meditations, our mindfulness, our intentional movements, we understand it's not a one-time. It's not a one-off. This is something we are doing always. We are doing it all the time, and it's an ongoing, never-ending, it's not even connected to this physical being that you are listening right now to this video through, because you are an eternal being. Your physical aspect is a temporary aspect of you. It's part of your permanent aspects. Now, a spiritual journey is a lifelong process that will never truly be complete. There is this expectation to find one life purpose that will satisfy you until you transcend this earth. But that is rarely the case. It is a constant dance between finding who you are and directing that self-actualization toward a higher purpose. What was true for you once may ebb and flow like the tide into something new and better, suited to who you are right now. If you have been waiting for a sign to embark on a new adventure, this is it. You are supported as you embrace new ways of expressing yourself here on Earth. You might discover a way to breathe new life into something old, or you may find that you are meant for a new path entirely. Additionally, this card is a positive sign if you are seeking a new career, a new love, or considering a new beginning of any kind. Well, that is good to know. Our exercise for the day, if you would like to make a more personal connection with the card, you are invited to create a spiritual journey, a vision board with a poster board, or you can do it probably online, but they are setting this up like an actual tactile vision board. And we know that when we create anything into the 3D reality and it becomes three-dimensional, which is different than doing stuff online. As 3D as we can make something online, it's a two-dimensional image that we are looking at. But when we write something down on paper, when we build something with pieces of paper, as thin as those pieces of paper are, they are still three-dimensional. They still have a thickness. They have that third axis. That third axis. A-X-I-S. Thinking of a graph, not access, like, although it does make sense, you have that access now that you didn't have before. Don't try to correct Spirit Cat. What are you doing? Axis. But they are inviting us to make an actual spiritual journey vision board. Vision boards are powerful tools of manifestation. To create a spiritual vision board, focus on how you'd like your journey to look and feel. Are you thinking of different nature things? Are you seeing yourself on your shamanic spiritual journey as walking along a beach or in a forest, in a meadow, in the middle of the desert? Where are you? Okay. What kind of images do you want to have? What qualities would you like to embody? How would you like your journey to look and feel as you move forward? Cut out images from magazines, books, old books. Be careful that you're not cutting up books that are of any value, please. And paste them onto a sheet of poster board or a piece of paper to create a collage of textures, colors, and images you wish to have in this journey, as well as poems, affirmations, and anything else your heart desires. Display it prominently so that it can serve as a daily reminder of the energies you want to bring in. And I would just encourage you, whether you feel like you can draw, whether you're an artist, any kind of an artist or not, does not make any difference. If you have access to any type of colored pencils or markers, crayons are excellent tools, but something that has some kind of color available to you, you can make your own images just from looking at things online that give you inspiration, that get you excited. And in doing that, you're really making those become a part of your reality. You are manifesting them as being the creator, as actually drawing, painting, however. So don't be feeling like you have to be limited to any type of list that anyone gives you for how to do something. When you're baking a cake, yes, you don't want to be, substituting a bunch of ingredients, but even then, there are different types of flour that you can use, and they will create different types of results. So you want to make sure what you're putting into your baking is things that are going to be beneficial to the end result that you see, that you want. So do be mindful of that. But what I did want to point out is this is a constant dance between finding who you are and directing the self-actualization of who you are toward a higher purpose. We are all called to a higher purpose, whether we hear that call or not. And the thing that I mean, we know this to be true, what I'm going to say next, but I was given this as a very specific, it was like a spotlight, like a laser focus this morning as I was preparing for this reading, as I was preparing for the day today, that we we hear this all the time, like I said, that you're not the same person that you were yesterday. But this is literally true, because there are things that happened yesterday that when you woke up this morning made you a different person, slightly, minutely, microscopically maybe, but cellularly and energetically, you don't have the same vibration at the moment that you did yesterday when you went to bed, when you went to sleep last night. You have changed. Your physical body has changed. You've got new cells that have been created overnight, old cells that have died, that have sloughed off in your sleep from your skin, different ways those are released from your body. You are a new creation now than you were a second ago, because in that amount of time your physical body has changed. In that amount of time, just from listening to this video, your energetic body has changed. Just from looking at the image on this screen in front of you with these beautiful colors and this beautiful energy of love being released from the center of the heart and spiraling out, and literally where you become a fire of love, where ego no longer is in the way, from where love can be more fully expressed in your life. It's beautiful energy of expansion of love coming from that heart chakra with intention. This is an intentional journey. Your life is an intentional journey. And while it may feel like at times it's not going in the way or in the ways that you've been wanting it to go, just course correct. It's like being on, I've said this before, life is a journey. It's not getting to the destination. When we plan road trips, it's not always about the destination. We may be driving from LA to St. Louis. That may absolutely be true. But the reason why we are driving as opposed to flying is because we want to experience the journey. We want to see the sights along the way. We have actually stops planned where we're going to have different activities, different things that we are exploring and looking at. That is exactly what your life is right now. And what we need to be doing always, as soon as we have that little thought in our mind, what am I doing right now? Am I on autopilot again? What was I just thinking? Why am I doing this? Why am I saying this? Why am I thinking this? Why am I feeling this? Once we start asking those questions of ourselves, we take control back. We become responsible and accountable for what we're saying and thinking and doing and being. We become responsible for who we are. And in that moment, that love connection instantly reconnects, and you can feel it. It's like, I think I was trying to describe it yesterday. It's like you can feel your chest literally opening up, like your heart needs more space than is available. And that's absolutely the case, because we can wall it off. We can make it into a little box that has its definitions and labels, and we can define it and clarify it and understand it and comprehend it. But that's not love. That's just our definitions. Love has no definition. Even the word love, it's that energy is exactly what we're seeing in this card. So beautiful energy of love, of expansion, of release of the ego's pains and the ego's desires and the ego's needs, being so needy and so wanty and so obsessive and compulsive. All of that stuff is being released. It's like just chains dropping off of you, cables, lines, things being tied to you, just being released. All of the energy of past stuff being released. All of those identifications with those past things of the ego being released, where you become even more fully the creature of love that you always have been and always are. I do hope that resonated and blessed you. Anything that doesn't resonate always, let it go. There's a million different, well, I don't want to say a million yet, but there's a lot of different videos on this channel, specifically different readings. If this didn't match what you feel is going on right now, please feel free to take a look at the other playlists. Not just the oracle readings, we have meditations, we have the affirmations, the tea time affirmations, as well as the Love Seat Therapist episodes. So lots of different things on this channel, and then of course across YouTube and the internet. There are many, many different avenues of divine love that are available to you all the time. And then disconnect. Turn off the computer. Walk away. Walk outside. Wherever you are, take a moment. Even if it's just 10 seconds in a pouring rainstorm, blizzard, whatever your weather system is physically right now in your environment, in your surroundings, just take a moment to experience what it feels like to be connected to the divine realms and not the internet. They are at times opposing forces that need to be separated. So if you are feeling the need to disconnect, turn off the video, honey. It's okay. I'm not going to be offended. And go walk outside. Go take a walk. Go listen to the birds. Go feel the wind. Go look at the stars if it's nighttime. Go look at the sun if it's daytime. If it's all cloudy and yucky, there's a sun over there somewhere. And as soon as you are trying to feel it, you will connect with it energetically. It doesn't matter whether you can see it or not. Close your eyes. There it is. So there you are. Always connected. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.